Hello and welcome back. So I've been on break for a little bit, as you can probably tell, because I haven't been making videos for a bit. I don't think anyone really watches my videos currently, but it wasn't too big of a problem. But I wanted to get back, so I'm back now. I haven't been totally abandoning my world here. I've actually been doing things and stuff. I just haven't been recording because I had college to deal with, and I'm not going to have college for at least the next few months. I'm going to try to record next time when I have to go back, but I don't know. We'll see how that goes, but for right now I should definitely be back for a good little bit of time in this world and maybe even some other games. I have some ideas of things that I might want to record, so if anyone has suggestions, like if someone's actually watching and wants to see me play something else besides Minecraft, you can go ahead and suggest it. It's like no one else that would be suggesting but you. That'd be pretty cool. But anyways, I'm going to show you a little bit of what I've been doing, and then we'll get into what we're going to do for today. So nothing's changed here. We've got pretty much the same wall of crap here. We've got furnaces. I don't know. Everything's normal. Nothing's changed here. We still haven't added our fourth ender porter area, so that hasn't changed either. And I haven't really been looking forward to adding more ender porters. It took so long the first time. But nothing too much has changed this way. Slime farm's still down there. We got our power tower, a bunch of stuff over there. We got our mob farm down there, which I'm going to be doing changes soon. I've started on some stuff, but not anything significant change there yet. But that'll be a future project to fix that up. But we've actually added this nether portal over here. Before, it just used to cut off right here. Now we've got a little bit of another area, so we'll go there and see what's going on. And so, as you can see, there's a chicken here, apparently, and a pig. I have no idea how they got here, but they are. But more importantly, we've made this little nether hub now. So this is our main connection here, obviously, over to the base. And then if we build things out in these directions, we connect it up. Right now, those three are just blank placeholders. We don't even have a roof here yet. Gas could shoot us, and I guess we could fly out. That's kind of nice, actually. So maybe we'll keep it open or something. But I don't know what we're going to do for the roof. But I kind of like the floor. It's got a nice design. The wall is very simple, yet pleasing to look at. And it's also very easy to make a tunnel out of. You know, it's not too difficult to repeat, but it just looks nice. And it's like a perfect nether tunnel. So, you know, pretty cool. And so what could be down here? Well, as we approach, you'll see a certain type of block, the prismarine. So maybe you can guess that we've made a guardian farm down here that teleports stuff to the nether. Which is exactly why we have it in the nether, because to grab it somehow, yeah. So I made a guardian farm off way away, because that was the closest guardian temple. I looked up online. They had a design where it, like, shoves them into the nether, and then they're going to stand in these campfires and be hurt because they hate fire. And all their goods go into here. I've actually emptied it out because last time I used used up all the stuff and I think brought everything back, so there's nothing here. But we got plenty of chests. We got little crafting tables. We're going to craft things up here. Collect our loot. The only problem is that if you're actually there at the Guardian Farm, you have to fly all the way back to spawn, go into the nether portal, and then come over here. Maybe we want to make a closer nether portal towards the Guardian Farm so it's easier to collect it right afterwards or something. I don't know. I'll have to think about that. You obviously want to make it far enough away so it doesn't connect with this, but this works, and I'm not going to be using it too often, so it's not too bad. And like designing, if you'll notice, we have a little bit of a problem here. This is a 2-wide area because it's got another portal like that, and this is a 3-wide tunnel, so you can't exactly line it up correct, and so it's centered on this block and not on these two. Well, I mean, this room is centered on these two, but this hallway is centered on this one, and so you got just one block, and then you got two, and oh, it doesn't quite work. And I guess you could have made this tunnel either 4-wide or 2-wide to match it, but then it wouldn't have matched the other tunnel. And it's like, oh no. But it's fine. I guess I could have extended out that portal to be 3-wide instead. It would have fixed things, but I already made that room and then made this tunnel, and I didn't want to change it, so we're just gonna have to deal with that. Anyways, we're gonna head on back and see the other stuff I've done. I've done like 2 other main projects. I guess I've done 3 projects in total. The Guardian Farm, which you can see there. I guess the Nether area could also call a project. Oh, the pig's back. So maybe 4 projects you could say. I don't know. It doesn't matter the number. What matters is what I've done. So we're going to fly on out of here. And you'll see we got the power tower, the mob farm. You can see all the other stuff normal. But then, bam! There's something new. And there's also this, but this was just temporary because I needed some bamboo, but not like a lot of it. So I just set up a quick little farm and didn't care if it's not automated or whatever because I don't need a bunch. But what is this? Well, as you can maybe guess because I just walked in, it's sheep. I didn't actually look up a design for this online. I created this design. I mean, it's not that difficult. It's just seeing if it's changed from dirt to grass with an observer and then trying to shear them. And obviously it also triggers when it goes from grass to dirt, but that's fine if it triggers one extra time than it needs to. So, but why did I design this? What's so special about mine? Well, I tried to add as much grass around the main blocks as I could to make sure that it turns into grass as quick as possible. And so I've pretty much done that, the max efficiency, I think. Except for there could be a grass block right here in front of each of the guys. But I wanted to see their little faces and their little bodies and stuff, and so I kept it glass. And so it's not like as efficient as possible, but like it's one missing. You know, we got grass all the way around. It's as good as I'm gonna get, really. The one isn't going to make too much of a difference. And also, this grass on top actually does go all the way down and affect this. I mean, it doesn't look like it should, right? There's like nothing in between connecting it. It's 2 blocks above it. You know, there's 2 air above it. It's like, how does that work? Well, I did it in a creative world because I found it on the wiki, and I was like, I don't know if that's true. Tried it in creative, turned up the tick speed. It does work. So this is actually helping turn that into grass. So that's all grass up there. You got a bunch of grass on the bottom. You got some grass in the middle, and you got the grass that's important right there for the sheep to stand on. And then things get sucked away by hopper mine carts underneath the block and get shoved in these chests for nice color effects. And then you got the colors all around with some nice sea lanterns you got from the Guardian farm. It's looking pretty cool in here. I don't know if I should have something on top of this. I kind of like that it's just grass up there, but I feel like it's also kind of missing something. And then also it's a little dark off in this area. It's technically fine for mob spawning. It's like on the edge, right? If it was 1 block that way, then it would become too dark or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. It's just a little bit too much in shadow or something. It needs to be brighter. That's what I'm thinking. But I don't know where to hide the lighting, right? I put lighting back there, and I put lighting over here and all around. And it works for mob spawning, but it just looks a little dark for me. So maybe we'll change that, but probably not because I'm too lazy. And so what's the last thing that we've done? Well, it's over here. We've made a little bee farm, which is pretty cool. So over here, this is where I was actually breeding the bees. I had all my beehives in there and I was breeding them and filling them up. And then once I got them all filled up, I put them over here into their permanent homes. So much space for them. Look how much space they have. So happy with their space. So happy. Oh my gosh. It's terrible. But originally I was going to have both of these be honey producing. But then I realized it takes a lot of bottles to fill this thing up because I want to fill it up all the way. And so I ended up only filling up one side, this side, for honey bottles. And I made the other side into honeycombs. So we got honeycombs and we got honey bottles. And I don't plan on using honey too much. So hopefully this will be enough. It doesn't produce a lot. I mean, it produces a decent amount. I would have preferred if I had 2. That's why I originally did it. But it's good enough for what I need. And I had an idea for actually what I was going to use the honey for. Which would be for a future project. And so that's why I built this. But I haven't actually built a building around it. It's just lonely by itself. And I did find the design online. So what we're going to do today is actually build out a building for this. We have to get rid of this breeding area because it's going to be in the way where the building's going to be. We'll move our little hive over here. And then we'll start building this. And I've actually changed things up for this episode. So before, when I used to build things, I just used to build it off camera. Didn't see anything. You know, it was fine, but felt like I could show some more. You know, people do building time lapses all the time, so I was like, how do they do that? So I looked up, and it's like, okay, they use the replay mod, and so, okay, installed that. I think I got it working properly, so that should be cool. I just don't know if how I build works well for speed building or replays or whatever you want to call it, because I don't really have a finalized design for this, you know. Some people have, like, finalized designs, they're just pretty much copy and pasting it, right? It's like, no, I don't have that. I'm just kind of like, I'm like, okay, should this look? You know, I try something, maybe I have to tear it down, build something again, tear it down again, build it again, and I'm stopping and starting, and it's like, I don't know how this is going to turn out, but I'm going to try it. And if it turned out good, you'll see it. If it didn't turn out good, we're just going to appear afterwards and pretend like it wasn't totally terrible. Yeah, so let's get to it. So I think that turned out pretty well. I just went through the replay mod and went over the recording, fixed it up a bit, and yeah, it actually kind of turned out okay. You could probably tell that I messed up a little bit on this back here. I wanted to have the same design that we had on the front. I guess I'm calling this the front over here, where it goes into it. But this side, because the redstone, I didn't really plan it out very good, and I couldn't inset the honey blocks. And also, if you notice here, there's actually this block that goes out one more, because the redstone needs to have its circuits complete and stuff, so this has to be a block instead of flush with that down. It goes out a bit and flush with this instead. And so it's not too noticeable, that part, but it's definitely noticeable the honey blocks coming out. Or I guess they're honeycomb blocks, whatever. But yeah. I still think it turned out pretty good. It's just not quite how I imagined it, but it's kind of cool. Gives it a little bit of a unique feeling. Yeah. And then, you guys probably already saw the inside a little bit, but yeah, we got andesite on the bottom. I was considering doing I don't know what it's called, the warped logs that we put inside all the other floors of all our buildings and stuff, and so I was thinking about putting it here. Wasn't quite wide enough, and yeah, so I just went with andesite. We have andesite in the outings of a lot of the floors, so I think andesite just for the whole floor, that's fine for this one. And you can still access everything, get your stuff here, fill up more stuff here. Yeah, so should be all working. I'm pretty sure I lit up the back enough. There was some things spawning in there earlier, which wasn't good. But nothing got damaged. That's okay. And I don't know. I think that'll be it for this episode. It's a little bit shorter. Not too much done here, at least not on camera, because I already did the whole bee farm earlier. And then well, the building was on camera. That was cool. That was the big thing for this episode, and catching everyone up about what's happening in my world. And then next time, either we're going to start working on renovating the inside of there, which will be cool, I think. That'll be one of the projects we have to do. And another project, I don't know what the other project would be. I'd probably finishing up this guy, the s'more. But that's a lot bigger. I thought this was going to be easier to finish up, but I have like some big ideas for what I want to do with it. And so to be honest, I might just have to tear this whole thing down and rebuild the aspects of it that I want, and then add on to it even more of what I want, because it's just not big enough for what I need. And I don't even know why I started designing the outside of the building when I didn't even have the functionality done. And it's just kind of like sitting in the middle of everything, so it's always like, where am I going to build my next building? Well, the s'more's not done, and it might take up a lot more space, or it might take up no more space, and so I've been building things a little bit further away, and it'd be nice to have this guy done, and then we could build some more paths and some more stuff around. Look nicer. So, yeah. I think we'll finish up here, and see you guys in the next episode. Hope you're having a good day, and continue having a good day. Bye-bye.